I don't need no time alone because when I have time alone, I start to think about shit. I overthink about shit. I'll overanalyze shit. But before I get into that, what the fuck is this on the ceiling? If you look closely, what does that look like? But I'm saying though, let's get back to what I'm saying though. Okay, um, I don't know why I did that. I guess my ADHD kicked in. But anyway, um, yeah, I overanalyze things. I overly ask questions. And the shit start to make sense when I break it down. So what I broke down earlier was is the fact of the matter is, for me, I have specific messages that I have to spread, right? And I do want a job, right? But you can't spread messages and be stable. You can't be financially stable if you see the truth because it's going to be harder for you to do that shit. You know why? Because they make it harder for people that's actually enlightened, right? Okay, besides that, let's get into this. So, if everything was planned from the beginning and people refuse to see that because of them being blind to the truth and they started leading people and that became the blind leading the blind, where will humans actually understand everything is an illusion? Everything's meant to work against us. Everything is meant to hurt us in certain ways. No, no. Let me bring something else to light. It's the fact that people say, "Oh, I don't care about this shit," but you're giving to your desires, money, sex, power. No, no, no. That's not the only thing you'll give into. You say you're enlightened, but you'll still dip into sin. While you dip into sin, that's what's making you the most profit. And profit speaks. Because without money, you can't survive. Well, you think that once everything's on this earth can be harvested and used for you, then you can have your own food, your own civilization. You probably won't have Wi-Fi or none of that, but that's not important. Human interaction is important. But you're gonna call me crazy. You're gonna say, "Oh, he don't know what he's talking about." But it's funny how some people release certain shit about the government that they already released, but they go deeper, right? And they end up missing, or they end up gone, or they come back as a different person. But we're not gonna get into that, cause that's some other shit. Conspiracy theory, that's what they call it. But I ain't gonna get into that, cause shit happens. But I'm only touching on shit that I'm interested in. I'm only touching on the surface levels of shit that I'm interested in. You know why I do that? Because it's no point of me going too deep into it because people still not gonna listen. People probably ain't gonna watch this shit all the way through to understand the message that I'm trying to give with this. So, what I'm going to say is be safe, be careful. Also, do research, find your own true meaning to life, and none of this bullshit that you think you should live for. Oh, and also, money, power, wealth, having sex isn't everything. Having a kid is something somebody else, I mean, everybody else. Fuck! Everybody else should work to have a kid. But have a kid in a society that's going to hell slowly. Movies did predict this. That's programming. They program you to think that movies predicted this, but it's all a calculated plan. But hey, who am I to tell you that this shit is a plan or calculated? Who am I to tell you that this shit is all fake and a false reality? Who am I to tell you that you not smart, that you're dumb? Who am I to tell you certain shit that's probably not true? How you get those answers is if you do your own research.